Other thoughts on the draft here, Mike? Day 2 quarterbacks, if you want to go there, is there a guy? Traditionally, day 2 quarterbacks don't necessarily hit. Jalen Hurts being the outlier at pick 53. Is there a guy? Dak Prescott, day 3 quarterback. This is an interesting group that you would plant a flag for?
Here's where I stand on this group. Jackson Dart might go in the first just out of necessity. To your point, I don't know where Shador's going right now. You know, if Cleveland passes on him and he's sitting there with a bouquet of roses at number 3, the Giants have a head coach and a GM a little bit on the hot seat. And if they take Shador, it doesn't make their team immediately better. It might over time, but, you know, they might rather have a position player, which does make their team better immediately. So Jackson Dart could be even play in the first round. He might not be. I look at him very similarly as I do to Shador. I think he's a little better athlete than Shador, but neither of them is dynamic. I think he throws with some anticipation. I think he's a tough kid that can run the football also. I think he's accurate. I struggle a little bit with him late in games with a lot of not pressure of outside sources, but I'm talking about blitzing type of pressure. If you watch him against LSU last year, Alabama in 23, took 11 sacks in those 2 games and really struggled down the stretch when his offense needed points, especially this year against LSU. And again, I'm not putting all that on him. There were a lot of free runners, but his offense didn't have the answers they needed. And that's a long way of saying he's a developmental guy for me, as all of these guys are, no offense. Okay, I think they're all developmental guys. Tyler Shuck, I don't care that he's 25. He'll be 26 in September. I do care about the injury history. Guys that get hurt in college tend to get hurt in the pros. He started 1 season out of 7 in college football for the entire season. Then I go to the guy that I get a twinkle in my eye on a little bit, and that's Jalen Milroe from Alabama. And when I look at it, I go, okay, what does he do well? Well, he's a runner like I'd put him in the same category as Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson. How fast is he? As fast as he needs to be. And he's 20 pounds heavier than those 2 guys. Does he have some accuracy and inconsistency? 100%, which is why him going in the 2nd or 3rd round, Andrew, I think is perfect. First round quarterbacks come with this pressure and you got to play them right now. I'd love to see him behind like the LA Rams and Matthew Stafford. Are you kidding me? No pressure to play, the opportunity to sit behind an established quarterback and play caller in Sean McVay. I think he's a 2 to 3 year project, but if somebody rubs this piece of coal, I think he could turn into a diamond.
Yeah, his cut-ups, his scramble cut-ups are absurd. Yep. Absolutely absurd. You're like, oh, he doesn't have an angle. Oh, wow, look, he just got past 5 guys, turned the corner, and he's in the end zone. Like, holy. But you go to Mobile, and Mike, you were there. I mean, there are a lot of balls in the dirt. I mean, there are a lot of throws to the flat that got airmailed over the sideline. And you're like, oof.
Yeah, and I think there was some with understanding of a new offense and what he's trying to do and claiming and all those things. No excuses here. I've already said he's a major developmental project. When you watch, you mentioned the cut-ups on the run game. If you watch the cut-ups on the pass game, you can see him throw a 17-yard dig, a deep in route, in between 2 defenders right here with unbelievable velocity and accuracy, and then 3 snaps later have the guy wide open in the same place and throw it 8 yards over his head. So there's massive inconsistencies that need to be worked on. And that's why he's got to go to a team where they recognize it and they don't just throw him out there in the scout team offense, right? And expect that he's going to get better that way. They're going to give him real opportunities to improve. So, he's a guy that he's got a lot of glaring deficiencies, but I love his upside.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.